Hello guys, so welcome to the Leo rising sign or Leo ascendant part 2, and in this video we are going to discuss about the romance, the marriage and the philosophy of the Leo ascendants or the Leo rising sign. And for those of you who have been regularly watching my videos, they must be aware that we have already been done with the Leo rising or the Leo ascendant part 1, in which we discussed the personality and the professions that the Leo ascendants can go into. We had discussed the personality of the Leo ascendants in detail. So in this particular video, we are going to limit ourselves to these three things. That is, we will discuss in detail about the romance, about the marriage and the philosophy or the belief system of these Leo ascendants. So as I have already told you in almost all of the episodes, that how we go about reading the Vedic chart when it comes to studying anything about any particular ascendant. So I won't reiterate that stuff over and over again, and I expect you to do that homework on your behalf. So for the romance thing, 5th house is the original house of romance in a particular horoscope. So for these Leo ascendants with the symbol 9 written in their first house, we consider that the original energy of the 9th house is present in the original energy of the 9th house is present in the 5th house for these Leo ascendants. And what is 9th house originally in astrology all about? Well, the 9th house in astrology is the house of fortune, is the house of luck, and that is why these Leo ascendants, these people are very fortunate, and these people are very lucky when it comes to attracting the opposite sex in their life, or when it comes to their romance life, because these are the individuals who like a king possess the magnetic dynamic and the powerful aura like that of a king. These people have something about them that differentiates them from the normal people. Either these people could have the skill set that differentiates them from the normal cattle class, from the normal crowd. That is, these people can be blessed with the 5 qualities that the king is blessed with, that is power, persona, wisdom, intelligence, luck. So they could be blessed with all these qualities inherently, which kind of differentiates them or gives them an edge over the normal people. Or this Leo ascendants may have a dynamic voice, or this Leo ascendant might have a huge build. He might be like a giant, or he might be like a giant or a ferocious animal, like a lion, which is symbolic of these Leo ascendants. He might be good at any other particular thing. He might be a epitome of grace and beauty. He might have the most elegant, he might have the most vivacious looks. So he might have anything that differentiates him, that gives him an edge over the normal people. And since these Leo ascendants are governed by the planet Sun, they are like that ball of heat around which all of the planets in the solar system revolve. And I told you that Sun is the planet that is the most supreme, that is the most kingly of all the planets that we have in Vedic astrology. And that is why these Leo ascendants become the center of attention wherever they go. Like celebrities, politicians, CEOs of the companies are represented by are the professions that these Leo ascendants go into. So these are the figures: celebrities, politicians, CEOs, CMOs, CX of companies that are regularly in news, that are regularly in front of the camera. These are the people that we are awestruck and mesmerized by. These are the people who are our role models. These are the people who we aspire to become. Likely, these people, these Leo ascendants, wherever they go, they normally attract the attention of the opposite sex quite easily, and that is why their romance life is quite blissful. But here is one thing, because since Sun is a representative of our self pride and ego, so what happens is that that the king initially, when he goes into that relationship, he enjoys that relationship. It's like for him that he has conquered a mountain. He has he has won a trophy worth gold. It's like getting into a relationship or winning the heart of one of the most vivacious, one of the most ravishing chicks out there is like winning a trophy for this guy. Conquering the heart of that girl is not an emotional matter for him, like that maybe for a Cancer ascendant or a Scorpion ascendant. Instead, these people to conquer the love of a girl, they are looking for, or to attract somebody who is perceived as very beautiful, who is perceived as a wannabe girl in the society. Winning the heart of that girl or winning their love interest is like winning a trophy for them. So what happens is that these people, although they enjoy the initial phase of the relationship, but gradually, like the sun is a symbolic of the self-pride, ego, self-esteem. What happens is that these people starts behaving like a brat, or you can say that they start bragging about their achievements. It's like they have won a trophy, which they want to showcase to all people that, hey, you were saying that this is the most ravishing and this is the most astonishing chick in the town. See, I have conquered his heart. And these people expect the partner, their romance partner, to be smitten by their aura. They expect their partner to be grateful to God, or to consider himself lucky. They expect their partner that he or she might consider himself lucky, that he is dating a Leo ascendant, he is dating a king. And relationships do not flourish on the basis of ego, on the basis of self-esteem, and this is where the things can go haywire. And moreover, ninth house is the ninth house, or the energy of Sagittarius. It's the fire sign that is operating in the fifth house. So these people are like, these people feel that every new person, every new romantic partner that they come across gives them an opportunity that boosts their ego. So they when they go into a relationship and the girl kind of is smitten by their personality, but when that relationship starts taking some of kind of a very serious form, kind of a very responsible relationship, when it starts transforming from a relationship fueled by passion and desire into a relationship fueled by emotions, this is where the king loses interest, and he is in search of the other girl, who might again be awestruck by his personality, and he might search for another individual who might be a trophy that he may take pride in, who might be a person that would be in sheer awe and amazement of this king is. And these kings are kind of vulnerable. These Leo ascendants are kind of vulnerable and susceptible to flattery and coaxing of some sort. So this is where their romance life can be a bit topsy-turvy. And the similar thing happens when it comes to their seventh house of marriage. In the seventh house of marriage, we have the original energy of the 11th house present, and the 11th house is originally controlled by planet Saturn and co-ruled by the planet Rahu, and Rahu is where our obsession lies. Rahu is the thing we are crazy about. Rahu is an illusion. Rahu is all about the materialistic desires. So likely for these people getting married to somebody, getting married to some known figure in the society is like giving a boost to their ego. But soon these people would lose interest and would be in hunt of somebody else. And that is why I mean most of the people won't tell you about, don't know this astrologically, or they may not tell you this thing because they may fear the fact that they might be ridiculed by the listeners. But the actual reality is that these Leo ascendants are not that stable in love. These people are not that emotional in love. And see, their shared assets, with their shared assets, their 8th house has the original energy of the 12th house. And what is 12th house all about? 12th house is the things, 12th house represent the things where we lose energy in the form of money or in the form of the energy that we put in. That is why 12th house is called the house of losses, and it is operating in the 8th house, and 8th house is the house from where we estimate that what is the state of the shared assets. Shared assets could be anything. Shared assets with the partner could be bringing up a child, could be the sex life of the couple, could be any business wherein both the wife and the man are mutual partners or are helping each other. And this is where the king has to drain in a lot of energy, because he has his promiscuous tendencies operating. He's one of the most, I should not say even one of the most, but normally it is said that scorpions are the most lustful or are one of the most kinky people who are in bed. But it is the Leo ascendant. Trust me guys, it is the Leo ascendant which is the most libidinous, which is the most kinky, which is the most wild out of all the ascendants that we have in astrology. So these people are always in search of partners other than their marital partner to have an affair with. That is why most of these Leo ascendants are prone to extramarital affairs. And if you observe the life history of most of the kings, you must have come across the life history of the kings. You would find that those kings, getting out into the public with their wife was like enhancing their glory. It was like, hey, I have won a trophy and I want you people to visualize it, rather than the emotional bonding. So what actually we see from the eyes and what actually is taking place behind the curtains, that is quite different. And the private life of the king is kind of kept a secret from the normal people. The private life of the king, his marriage is kind of dry, and the one reason for that could be because Saturn is a functional malefic for these Leo ascendants, and Saturn is ruling the 7th house of marriage for the king. So although the 7th house is always the energy that is opposite to yours, but Sun and Saturn are the energies which are the arch enemies of each other. So if we have a symbol 3 written over here, we have a symbol 9 here, that is Mercury and Jupiter. Although these are two different energies, but these are not arch enemies to each other. Similarly, Moon and Saturn are not arch enemies of each other. They are enemies, but not arch enemies. But the animosity that exists between Sun and Saturn, that it is being highlighted in the Vedic texts and the Shastras that have been written ages ago. And this is the reason that the marriage life of the king is quite dull, quite dry. You don't get to know about this because all this happens behind the curtains. What you see is just a mere superficial kind of a love that exists between the king. And one more reason, you must have occasionally seen that after a certain point of time, the wife of the king, she just gets into the charitable activities, or she when the king is away, she tries to keep himself away. She tries to keeps herself busy in the charitable deeds, or in any of the events wherein she can help the needy people. And this is because when the relationship turns very dry, this is the only moment of escape for her. That is by indulging into 12th house also represents the needy and the unfortunate people. So it is by serving the needy and the unfortunate people that the wife of the king gains some sort of a pride, or you can say she kind of gets her self-esteem back, which is kind of ruined by the Leo ascendant, because he starts taking him as taking him as he starts taking him leniently, or he loses interest in her, or the things of that sort can occur. So in order to boost her ego, in order to keep herself busy and make herself happy, the opposite sex of the Leo ascendants is seen keeping herself busy in those activities. And even the wife of the king, the 11th house is ruled by Saturn and ruled by Rahu, and this 11th house is all about the fulfillment of gains, desires, material desires of any form. That is why marriage is more like a material desire which the king wants to fulfill. And unlike the king who wants the people to come up to him, his wife, quite opposite to him, his wife could be a sales professional. His wife could be a public relationships manager. She could be a HR manager. She could be into sales and marketing of some sort, because 11th house is the house of large distance networking, and this partner of the king knows that he is totally opposite to the king. He is a Saturnian driven individual. So if she was to make anywhere close to where the sun is, she got to do that by networking, so that she can sell her product to the nth customer that she might not know. So she is the person who is involved in the large business networking, or she could be involved in she could be a member of large associations. It could deal with the large associations, could be anything. It could be association of people who might get together for a charitable event. She could be associated with some sales and marketing association. She could be a part of any big organization that she is working for, and she might regularly be on the move networking with people, quite opposite to the king. And now the last point is that here in the 9th house of the king, the original energy of the first house is present, and first house energy is all about aggression, is the energy that is all about competition. Herein the Aries kind of energy is operating in the 9th house of the king, and 9th house determines our religion, our belief system, that what is the belief system that we have. And since the Aries energy is operating over here, these kings are very rigid when it comes to their belief system. They are like that anything that he has put into promulgation is like a law that is etched on a piece of rock that cannot be obliterated. So he is like that lion who says that, you follow the king of the jungle, but if you follow the king of the jungle, I will be kind to you, but if you try to mess with me, or if you try to trespass the rules that I have put into promulgation, I will show you my wild side. And this is the king's mentality all about. Although he is I told you in the previous episode that he is very emotional. He is very emotional about the people who are living in his territory. He is very emotionally attached. He is very emotionally attached to his family, to the people of his nation. But he doesn't display this emotions openly in front of anybody, as you would not expect somebody who is a king to openly display his emotional vulnerability. But here is one thing: even if his family member disobeys the law that he has put into promulgation, he is like bomb. He'll just fire that person down. And this is the Leo ascendant. He is very rigid when it comes to his belief system. So guys, this was it from my side with the Leo ascendants part 2, and in the next episode we'll be covering the personality and professions that the Virgo ascendant is likely to go in. So stay tuned in. Please do subscribe to my channel. If you like my videos, please do press the red button down there below the screen. This will keep you regularly updated with the feeds, and you will be regularly informed whenever I upload a video next. So please do the needful and press that red button of yours, and stay healthy. Try to find out the purpose of your life through astrology. So this is your host RISHU saying goodbye. On that note, bye bye.